Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. It is Monday morning and it is about 4:51 a.m., October 21st, 2019. It's dark outside. I've been up for a while now. I'd like to share you a story. A story about a little puppy. And I hope you guys could get the message about the story. Yeah, I'm going to do my best in sharing this story about the cute little puppy. But this puppy could be anybody. Okay? So once upon a time, there was a cute little puppy. Yes. Very playful, loving. But like all little puppies, the puppy needs discipline. Now, the puppy lived in a household, and he was the only pup in the family. And the family that the little puppy lived in, they had a mother and father, the parents, the human parents. But they were busy. They weren't mean people or anything like that. They were just regular parents. But they needed, I guess, their job schedules. And one day, the mom was walking the little puppy, and a dog walker just so happened to be walking past. And the mom really wanted the little puppy to get the right training. Mom didn't have enough time, and she wanted quality time, but she couldn't provide it per se. She had the right intentions, and she sees the dog walker. She was a nice lady. She was a little younger. She was younger than Mom. And they started a conversation. Pleasantries. And the mom said, am I able to have you walk my dog? My schedule was so busy in the morning, and I want to provide, the puppy with the right exercise and everything. I love my little puppy. But I see you seem like you have a lot of energy, and it looks like you've been doing this for a while. Could you walk my dog? I pay what you need, what your rate is going for. And the dog walker says, save your money. I like doing this. I have the time, and I have my own pack here with me, and one little more dog. It'll be okay. So Mom says, thank you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll come by and I drop the puppy off. When I see that you're walking your pack, I bring my dog out, and you can walk my little dog, my little puppy. So the next day, the dog walker sees the mom, takes the little puppy, and they go out on their adventure. Now, the dog walker had her pack. Her pack was pretty much well fortified. They really didn't need as much exercise as they used to. And so she really felt, you know, I could really spend a lot of time with the little puppy and uh, teach a little puppy, the basic rules of etiquette, where to pee, where not to pee, don't climb on people, just to give the other people and dogs their space. And it seemed like they really were developing a really, really good relationship. They were happy together. And the dog walkers owned dogs. They're older and they didn't really require that much outdoor activity. And she kind of missed, puppies and everything, and to feel needed. So she was at a different stage of her life. She wanted to start really mentoring this new little pup since her own pack had it down together. And, their own bones were kind of like, getting tired with the types of walk that she was so used to doing with them. And dogs wanted, her own pack wanted to just, now stay at home, stay nice and warm, and have their little treats and everything. So she didn't mind now really mentoring this new little pup. And, she just loves puppies and squeezing and kissing the dog and petting the dog. And so she was just reminiscent of her old pack, and reliving that special time that she had with her own pack. So they develop a good relationship. And the little puppy, was becoming more and more human every day. To her, it wasn't a puppy anymore. It was more like her son. And that's how she started seeing the little puppy, like a son. And she had all the hopes to put into this puppy, this new relationship. And the little puppy was progressing nicely. And every day the puppy seemed to be becoming more and more human-like to her, more like her own personal son. See, she didn't have any children of her own. But as days went on, she started to see the dog more and more like a human being, understanding the dog's temperament, likes, dislikes. The puppy was really progressing along quite nicely, and she was really proud of the dog, of the puppy. And so she started talking to the puppy like a human being, giving the puppy instructions and everything. And the puppy seemed to understand. And she gave warnings about, when you're with her, and while she's bringing you for the walks to get your exercise and, socialization skills, to be careful not to get too wild, not to get too brazen and pull away from her and break the leash and go on his own merry way. And because, you have dog catchers. And they may not have the best intention for you. So stay close to Auntie keep you safe. I want you to be all you can become, but just be careful out there because the dog catchers are there and they could get you. They may not understand what I'm trying to do. And, because I want you to have your space. I love the idea of you being able to walk without a leash because you're so disciplined. I don't want you to always feel like you need the leash, but sometimes you're going to need it. But I like to raise you in a way so that you won't need the leash. You're going to know what to do because you're going to be self-disciplined. Well, one day she's, the dog walker, close to 2 years now, their relationship. And she started to have the dog off the leash, and the dog was doing well. Always walked by her, and the little puppy now seemed more and more like a human being, like her own personal son. She had all these hopes for the son that maybe one day that he'll grow up and start a family of his own or start his own dog walking business. Yeah. And she tested him a little bit because now he seems like, wow, he can walk off the leash right now, staying close to me and peeing where he's supposed to pee and cleaning up after himself even. And the dog catchers were around watching and seeing how well disciplined you are, little puppy, who's now becoming a little man, a little dog. So they continue the relationship, and she starts to really, really mentor him very intently about how to start a dog walking business. Because he was so thrilled about one day having his own pack, to walk his own pack. And he was doing so well. And the dog walker, in these 2 years, 2 beautiful years, she's getting up there too now. When you're walking for a living with your own pack, you start to get tired too, and you can't do this forever. Your bones start to crack a little bit. And you kind of like, because you're comfortable now, you don't need to add more dogs to your pack because you're comfortable, you have enough money saved. But now you just want to now invest in this little puppy that was presented to you, and you just feel like it's your goal, your purpose to mentor this little puppy and the puppy to develop. And he's so human now, and he wants to now become a professional dog walker himself. And so she entrusted her new son, the puppy boy, and entrusted him with a little puppy for himself to nurture, to teach the ropes. And he did quite well. But remember, there's always the dog catcher. So even though he's a puppy boy, the dog catcher knows he really is a puppy. And if he walks too far away from the dog walker, he could be caught. So many other things that are out there. So he gets the little puppy boy has a puppy of his own that's being used to train him. And the dog walker is there supervising very closely. She's so pleased with the puppy boy. And now the puppy boy has a puppy of his own, under the mentorship, though. And then he acquires a second puppy because he's really progressing nicely. And now the puppy boy, he thinks he's a full-grown man. He forgot about his puppyhood, of his true nature, really. And just as long as he stayed close to the dog walker, everything's cool. Well, these days the dog walkers are getting quite creative in capturing dogs, regardless of their age. These new dog catchers, they present little tasty bones and treats. And this bone was quite tasty. They put this glaze, this sweet glaze, this savory sweet glaze on the bone. And it attracted them. And one day the dog catcher placed these bones strategic in his walk. While he was walking, his two little own puppies under the close supervision of the dog walker. But now the dog walker, she feels so confident. She instructed the puppy boy, who now thinks he's a real man, adult, to walk by himself. He did okay before, so she entrusted him with this, to do the walks with the two little puppies. And he started sniffing around these savory, sweet bones. He started tasting it a little bit, and it tasted wonderful. So he dug a hole and put these savory bones underground. He says, I don't want Mom, the dog walker. Let's call the dog walker Auntie. We don't want Auntie to see that, because Auntie told me, be careful, and these sweet savory bones have the signature of the dog catcher. I think this could be the dog catcher trick to keep us there long enough. But I'm going to be real quick. Dig it under the ground, cover it, but I'm going to keep a mental note. Because, I can't stay out here too long with this bone because dog catcher's going to get me. And I'm doing well with these two little puppies that I'm mentoring myself. And one day I'll have my own real pack, dog pack, and do a service for other people who have needs, who can't really mentor their own little doggies, their own little puppies, but some of you have special people who has the special anointing to be a great dog walker. Well, I wasn't thinking one day, I don't know, I just got distracted. The little puppy boy who thinks he's 100% human and could walk freely without the leash, far away from its Auntie, the dog walker. And I have my own pack. I'm starting to develop my own pack, and I'm doing nicely. But I just forgot for a split second. And the catcher, dog catcher, presented a new type of bone to snare me. This bone, when you bite into it, the bone actually starts talking to you. Yeah, it says how wonderful I am. All these things. So it tasted sweet, savory, and now it talked to me, the bone. How great and important I am. Boy, it went to my head. It even started telling me that I don't need my my auntie anymore. That in fact, I can acquire more little puppies on my own and surpass my own teacher, my mentor who I love. So secretly, I was going outside with my pack that I've started to inquire, because now I'm deceiving my, auntie. And on the surface, I did everything what auntie told me to do. Stay far away from the dog catcher, stay close enough so the dog catcher knows that, I'm under the property of the dog walker. So I'm not stray, I'm not considered stray because I'm on the property, but I'm walking these other little puppies with me because I'm so human now. And I'm walking and developing my own pack. And so I get something going now. Auntie is giving me more pups because see, her own old pack is come of age. And they're having their babies now, their little puppies. And so, Auntie can't do it all at home. She's getting tired now. She's comfortable and she really wants to nurture me because one day I might take over her business, and she's grooming me to do that. But I'm a little impatient. And these new bones that the dog catcher is presenting, not only does it taste savory sweet, but now it talks to me and it says how wonderful I am. And so the bone says we can have a deal. I'll make a deal with you. I'm going to make you better than Auntie. You're going to surpass her and make more money doing this. So he makes a secret agreement with the savory sweet bone, the talking bone. And so this went on for a couple of months. And then one day, Auntie, the dog walker, just had to get the newspaper for something. She something said, hey, didn't I forget something out there? Let me just check on the puppy boy. He's out there a little longer than usual. He usually comes back after, an hour, but now his walks are getting longer and longer now with the little puppies that I entrusted him with. I wonder what's going on. So she, like a good teacher, she wants to really get hands-on information. She knows the nature of puppy boys. She understands the nature because it is a dog. It's not really human. Can never really be human. But something just says, hey, let me check this out because it's taking longer than usual. And he knows the rules, and I told him, where to pee, where not to pee, boundaries. Let's just investigate like a good teacher. Let's see what's going on. I don't want to shame him. Let's just investigate what's going on. It could be nothing, but let me just check. So the next day, when puppy boy arrives and Auntie gives him the little puppies for him to walk and to nurture, and observe him how he's walking his pack. And she hid behind a tree so puppy boy won't notice her. And then she sees the puppy boy digging in an area where she warned him, hey, that area is you have to go there. That's off limits. That's the domain of the dog, the dog catcher. What's he doing over there? Oh my, what is this? He's digging up. Oh my God, that's one of the bones I warned him of. Those bones could rot your teeth out because it has that special savory, sweet glaze on it. And that could give him tooth decay. And what, it's also talking now? And he's following the words of that bone and saying and teaching him how to outdo me? Auntie. I'm mentoring him, and it's understood that I cannot do this forever. And really the glory in all this is to teach so that you become a teacher and warn the future little puppies of the dog catcher and not being seduced and tricked because they can capture you and you can never come out of the pound. So I'm observing and I'm crying my eyes out. And I watch him for a couple of weeks to see how far he's going to go with all this. But I have the button, and at any time I can stop this from happening if I want to see how far he's going to go. Maybe he just forgot. Let's see what happens. Well, here come by aunties and requesting, could you give me more leashes? I just want to, in case one breaks, I just want to be proactive and, I want to be a good dog walker myself like you, Auntie. I want to be just as good as you. Auntie says, oh, really? I know that you could be just as good as me and more. That's the whole point of why I'm mentoring you. You mentor because of love, not because so you can have more than what I have, but to be your own personal best and be the greatest teacher and teach all the other little puppies how to behave and how to walk on the leash and how to walk on the leash so well that you don't even need a leash anymore. That's my goal for all of you. It's not the quantity, it's the quality of the teaching. So that you could one day walk by yourself and never being caught by the dog catcher, and to know the tricks of the dog catcher. So Puppy Boy started to feel uncomfortable with that information. It hit him to his heart. But he just kind of laughed and said, "Oh, Auntie, you know me." Auntie says, "Yeah, I know you. I know what you could do. I know all your potential. Go on, my nephew, Puppy Boy. Go out there. Okay, I give you the leash, the extra leashes. Because one day you'll be a great dog walker yourself." So he goes out there. And he's developing his own pack. But he really, it's going to his head. Because now the dog is acquiring so many more of these bones, and he's getting careless. And the little puppies that are with him are starting to nibble on the bones himself. Knowing the dangers that the savory, sweet, talking bones could ruin their teeth, their health, gain too much weight. But he got careless. And they started really talking to him, the bones, and seducing him and making him say, "Wow, I'm better than you. I'm better than my teacher. And I don't need her anymore. And all these other little puppies that are entrusted in me, that she entrusted me with, are getting seduced also. And they're even so much younger than I am." But he doesn't care. He just sees the more the merrier. And then mommy, I should say auntie, said, "Oh my God, he just broke the cardinal rule. He's not mentoring his own responsibility. They're becoming overweight, they're not exercising, keeping trim. Now the health of the little puppies that I entrusted him with are now endangered. Their health is kaput. They're getting corrupted at such an early age. They're useless now. They're not trainable. They're going to be dependent on the dog walker that they'll always have a leash on. They're not going to excel to a higher level of maturity because the bone effect, this savory, sweet, talking bones had corrupted their whole being. And here, Puppy Boy wasn't raised on these savory, sweet, talking bones. It was introduced to him later in life. And I feel awful now as the auntie, and I have to stop this now. So I approached to Puppy Boy, my adopted nephew, and I cornered him. I said, "Hey, I saw you sniffing around and digging around the area I told you not to go to. The dog catcher. That's my enemy. They like to take dogs, little puppies, and they know where the puppy belongs, but they're pretending they don't know where it comes from so they can keep it and destroy them. That's my arch enemy. And you were busying around, eating the bones, And then now it trap you. It doesn't have to actually now capture you and put you in a cage. You're not in a mental cage of the dog catcher, because now you're listening to the bone and telling you and seducing you to not need me anymore, and my protection. And you're gone off believing that you're 100% human and not a puppy anymore. You'll always have a puppy in you. You always will have the dog in you, I should say. Be the man, but have the knowledge that in the core of you there is a dog that's going to need a special leash, an invisible one. And you violated that trust, ate the bone, corrupted the little ones that will be coming up, that will one day want. Now it's impossible for them to develop as far as you, because you corrupted them at an early age and you violated that trust. I nurtured you. I protected you. I told you when you were those little puppies' age the warnings and what to avoid. But you thought you had a new teacher. You believed that new teacher, the dog walker, the dog catcher, it seduced you through the bone, the savory, sweet bone. And you thought, I don't need Auntie anymore. I'm going to have the bigger and better, because the bone said that I was better. And yes, I watched at a distance before I entrusted you with your own little puppies. I watched you, and I saw that you were getting more popular and more confident. And that's what I wanted. As a mentor, that is what I'm trying to develop in you. But when you violated and started listening to the bone, and then you corrupted the puppies, shame on you. All along, I was grooming you so that one day you'll take over my business. I know I can't do this forever. And my dogs, hey, my own pack, my own personal pack, they're older. They're not going to live forever. And I just want them to be at my feet all day, keep them warm, give them their own savory sweet bones that I personally made for them. And we just live happily ever after. And then you would come and have your own empire. And when I get too old and gray, that you would come and maybe take care of me, or send someone to watch over me when I cannot tend to my own needs, when I cannot cook my own food or walk, that you would say, hey, let me send one of my little dogs, my own little pack, and keep you company, just like you kept me company, Auntie. But now I'm able to return the favor and make sure you're okay in your home. Or let's say you lose your eyesight, that, hey, I have a dog too that would lead you, Mom, Auntie, so you don't trip and fall. And this is what I'd be able to do, to say thank you and to pay you back for the goodness that you shared for me. That's all what I wanted. I always wanted you to do better. I always wanted you to be more than me. I'm not threatened by you. I'm threatened by what you've become. You've become a dog catcher who captures dogs, knowing that that dog is on its own property, its own owner's property, under its protection, but I'm going to pretend it's a loose dog, it's a stray dog, and capture it. And then waiting for the true owner to come to the pound and pay a fee to get you out. That's what I wanted to protect you from. Being kidnapped and forcing me to pay them a ransom for you. See, the dog captures, they used to have a good purpose, but they got corrupted. And you corrupted the other dogs, the other puppies under you. I now have to release you permanently from my coverage. And yes, the word's going to get out that you violated our special relationship, tutelage, and yes, you're the largest dog walker in town. But everybody's going to see how selfish and greedy you are, and they're going to go elsewhere. This is the story of the dog walker and its pup. I hope that you understand what this story means. It's for all of us. We all are potentially a dog walker, and we're all potentially that little puppy who thinks it's really an adult human, but it always has in the center core a dog that just needs the right leash on it for its protection. I thank you for listening to this story. Please share your comments below. Share this video with friends, family members. To subscribe to my channel, Spirit Journey. And those of you who like this content, that you could PayPal me. You go to my channel, Spirit Journey, and on the top right of the banner of my channel, you'll see the link, my PayPal me link. Just click on it and follow the prompt. And I thank you in advance for your precious gift of any amount. Peace, love, and joy to you all. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.